Today, I wanted to keep things really simple and just offer you some very basic law of assumption reminders because so much of this work requires repetition. We are completely changing the way we relate to reality and our imagination, and sometimes it just requires a little bit of reminding and sometimes a lot of reminding. So that is what we're doing today. Stick around. This channel is dedicated to simplifying these amazing and powerful law of assumption teachings. My name is Hedley and I am a qualified life coach specializing in the law of assumption. So if you would like support rewriting, rescripting any part of your story so that you can experience a new reality, I am available for one-to-one law of assumption coaching. I also have a free course, which I am in the process of updating, but you can find all of those details in the box below this video or at my website, youaretheone.com.au. But for now, let's get into it. Okay, as you can see, it's a little chilly here in Australia. I've got my woolly jumper on and my scarf, which meant that I had to change the background because it was just getting all too busy. I'm not a really big fan of this background, but it just keeps things simple. But I like the option of changing my background. That is something that I do like. Anyway, today I just wanted to keep things really, really simple and just give you a few law of assumption reminders that you will already know and already be aware of. But I just wanted to remind you of some of the basics. So much of this work requires repetition because it is such a new way of thinking, and for most of us, we haven't lived our lives thinking in this way. Therefore, sometimes we have to hear something over and over and over again. I am still reading my favorite book, The Complete Reader. I don't know what number I'm on to at this point, but I just keep reading it over again and listening to it over again because it is so profound, because there is so much goodness in there, and just because I love it so much, and also because it works. Just it blows my mind sometimes how quickly things move and how easily and how just little effort is required, and then there's this beautiful thing is just there. And it's like, just blows my mind. Now, this one you will have heard me say many times because I often start the videos with it. But your consciousness is causing your reality. Number one. Let's just start there. Imagination creates reality, however you want to say it. If you're not aware of what you're thinking about, you can start to at least become aware of what you're talking to others about. Become aware of the stories that you're telling to others. When you catch up with friends, when you talk to your friends on the phone, what are the stories that you are predominantly talking about? That is your awareness. And that is where your awareness is. Now, while you might be talking about a particular story, it's not necessarily that that exact story is then going to show up in your reality. It's the state of consciousness associated with that story that is what produces an event reflected back in your reality that is of the same quality of the stories that you're telling. So you want to be lifting the quality of the stories you're at least telling others. That's a good place to start. Then you can start to look at what you are thinking about when you're on your own, or when you're in the car, or when you're just doing things. You can start to become aware of what are the stories you're telling yourself. So start with the stories that you're telling others. That's how you know what the quality of the stories you're telling yourself will be. If you're talking to other people about shitty things, guaranteed you're going to be telling yourself shitty things. You want to become aware of that first and then lift the game. I mean, that's a good reminder. We all need that. Sometimes we need that every day. The second reminder is to set your day up to remind yourself of that. Every morning, start your day by remembering that I am consciousness in human form, and I am causing my reality based on what I'm doing with consciousness. So many of us forget that, and we just get into the day and we haven't set things up. And then we're off in reality, we're off in the third dimension, and we forget, and we're in separation, and we think that things are happening to us and they're happening to us, and we're all in reactivity mode. If you set your day up first by remembering who you are, which is the infinite I am, causing your reality, then you are at least putting yourself in a better position to not react as much as you might if you hadn't set yourself up. Reminder number 3, fall asleep to an image or a thought that you would want to see manifested in reality. Doesn't matter what it is. You don't have to do any fabulous, crazy, wacky technique. All you need to do is when you're falling asleep, just imagine something great. Just imagine something that you would like. Think a good thing. Tell yourself a great thought. Whatever it is, that moment before you fall asleep is super important. Please do not be scrolling Instagram on your phone minutes before you fall asleep. Cut that shit out. Scroll as much as you want throughout the day. Do not do it the moment before you fall asleep. At least give yourself that moment. We spend so much of our times on the phones and computers and all of that. Give yourself that super important moment before you fall asleep to put all of that aside and go into your imagination and think of something good that you would like to experience. It could just be one little scene, one little thing. What would you like to experience? What would you like to do? Where would you like to go? Where would you like to live? Who would you love to be with? What would you like them to be saying to you? Anything at all. How much money would you like to have? Imagine if you had that money. Imagine if you won the lottery. Imagine if you won that competition. Imagine if you got that promotion. Imagine if you went on that holiday. Imagine if you bought that car. There is an infinite number. Oh, I just gave myself chills. There's just so much there. You don't have to think of all of it, by the way. Just pick one. Just one is enough. Fall asleep to that. That is going to set your sleep up to have a good sleep and to enjoy your sleep, and you'll be right for the day. So look, those are just 3 simple reminders. Consciousness is the one and only reality. Remember to set yourself up and remind yourself of that every single morning, and fall asleep every single night to just something good. Even if you can't imagine something, just think a good thought. Tell yourself a nice story, a nice bedtime story. Give yourself a compliment. Imagine something that you'd like to be. Doesn't matter what it is, but that moment before sleep is super duper important. Use it wisely. I will leave this there. Have fun with that one. I hope that was a nice little gentle reminder. It's all stuff you know, it's all stuff you're probably doing, but we all need some reminders from time to time. Please remember, you are the amazing creators of your reality. You are the superstar of your show. You are the producer, the writer, the director, and the actor of your movie. What you assume to be true will be so. So assume the best for you and assume the best for everyone in your movie too. You will have an amazing life, and this is my wish, my vision, and my prayer for you and for me too. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and share, or at least just like it, or comment on it, or share it. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I'd love to have you, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye!